Once upon a time, in a small, sleepy town, there was a library that was anything but ordinary. This library, known as, was hidden behind an old oak tree and only appeared to those who truly loved stories. It was said that the library held every book ever written, and even some that hadn't been written yet. The librarian, a kind but slightly eccentric woman named Miss Penelope, had a secret: she could talk to books. Yes, the books talked back. They whispered, argued, and sometimes even sang. But Miss Penelope's life was turned upside down one rainy afternoon when a mischievous orange tabby cat named Marmalade strolled into the library. Marmalade wasn't just any cat. He was a curious, troublemaking feline with a knack for finding the most peculiar things. That day, he sauntered past the history section, knocked over a pile of books, and discovered a dusty, ancient tome titled. The book glowed faintly, and Marmalade, being the curious cat he was, batted it open with his paw. Suddenly, the library was filled with a swirling mist, and characters from the book began to leap out. A pirate with a parrot on his shoulder, a knight in shining armor, a dragon with a toothy grin, and even a talking teapot appeared. They all started wandering around the library, causing chaos. Miss Penelope gasped. "Marmalade, what have you done?" she exclaimed, chasing after the dragon, who was happily setting a stack of books on fire. Don't worry, it was magical fire that didn't burn anything. Marmalade, feeling quite proud of himself, strutted over to the pirate, who was trying to steal a globe. "Ah, this be a fine treasure," the pirate said. Marmalade meowed in agreement and swiped at the globe, sending it rolling across the floor. Meanwhile, the knight was busy challenging the talking teapot to a duel. "On guard!" he shouted, waving his sword. The teapot, unimpressed, simply poured tea into his helmet, causing the knight to slip and slide across the floor. Miss Penelope knew she had to act fast. She grabbed and shouted, "Everyone, back into the book! You don't belong here!" But the characters ignored her, too busy causing mayhem. That's when Marmalade had an idea. He jumped onto the librarian's desk, knocking over a jar of magical bookmarks. The bookmarks fluttered into the air and began herding the characters back toward the book. The pirate was lured by a bookmark shaped like a treasure chest, the dragon by one shaped like a flame, and the knight by one shaped like a crown. One by one, the characters returned to the book, and the mist began to fade. Finally, only Marmalade and Miss Penelope were left. She sighed in relief and picked up the mischievous cat. "You're a troublemaker, Marmalade, but you're also a hero," she said, scratching behind his ears. From that day on, Marmalade became the official guardian of. He spent his days lounging on the shelf beside it, making sure no one, or no, escaped.